What is up, everyone? Welcome to Lehner Economics. And today we're going to take a look at our dream vacation project, which is using a budget to design your own road trip. The goal of this lesson is to help introduce you into the world of economics and help you see the value in understanding its importance. A large part of understanding economics is being a smart consumer. In life, you have to make decisions based on how much money you can spend, which is called a budget. It is very important that you, as a consumer, take into consideration your personal needs and wants. In this activity, you will make choices based on a budget while also becoming more familiar with classroom technology and computer based research skills. Let's take a look at your task. You will be allotted a $2,500 budget to use to plan a vacation destination of your dreams. You will do all of your planning for this vacation using various websites. Remember, you will need to purchase a plane ticket, hotel accommodation, admission to tourist attractions, and souvenirs. Think of your dream destination and begin your research. Here are some suggested websites to help you with research, including your hotel and flight, historical sites, museums, tourist attractions, and natural wonders. You can start as a baseline by using these websites and then branch off to use some of your own websites as you begin to research the city that you choose. Here's your process. You will plan and budget for a vacation that is 5 to 7 days at your destination location. You'll be required to do the following. Purchase one round trip plane ticket, meaning it's going to get you there and back. You must book your hotel accommodations for your trip. Visit at least one historical site, one natural wonder, one museum, one fun tourist attraction, and buy souvenirs. You're on vacation. Have fun. Go ahead and buy yourself some souvenirs or maybe get some for family members or friends. Plan an itinerary for your trip, basically what you will do each day, and there's a graphic organizer that goes along with it. Itemize your daily costs of each activity and the total cost for the entire trip. You will not need to calculate tax. However, if you would like to calculate tax and go above and beyond, you can use 10% as a baseline and multiply each daily cost by 10% to add in your tax. You must plan for one meal each day at a restaurant, documenting what you ate and the total cost. Again, you will not need to calculate tax and tip. However, if you would like to calculate that, again, using 10% for tax as a baseline would be a great idea. And typically, people might tip between 15 and 20% of the bill. Lastly, this might be a little scary for some of you. Document foreign currency to US dollars. Use Google for this conversion. Now, this might seem really tough, and you might say, well, I don't want to go outside of the country and, let's say, use euros because you don't know the conversion. Well, a lot of people don't, and it changes very often. But if you go into Google, which is a nice thing about technology, and I type in 200 euros to USD, and I hit enter, it will tell you right there, if I spent 200 euros on my trip in day one, that would be equivalent to $232.61 in the United States dollar. So if you travel outside of the United States, again, if you click this little down arrow here, they have tons and tons of different types of currency that you can actually have stated to the United States dollar. As we take a look and move on to our document example, here is your daily itinerary. So as you plan your trip, you're going to go to a website to plan your hotel accommodations, put the dates you're traveling, the total cost, and where you're going to, as well as your hotel that you're staying at. So let's look at Priceline. I use that as an example here. So if I go to Priceline.com, and let's say that I want to do a hotel and flight together just to make my life easier. I'm leaving from Chicago. I don't mind if I'm going from Midway or O'Hare. And let's say I'm traveling to Miami, Florida. I'm going to change this to one adult, because it's only one person traveling, and I'm going to choose my times. Now, if you choose a date really close to our date right now, it's going to cost a lot more. But if you plan it well in advance, let's say February, it'll be a little bit easier. It's also better to travel on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday because your plane tickets will probably be a little bit cheaper. But let's say I went from the 7th to the 11th, and now I click Find Your Deal. Priceline is going to do a little magic here, and it's going to put some package deals together, including your hotel and flight. Now, this is where you kind of have to decide your budget and being a smart consumer. You're going to take a look at how much you're willing to spend. If I have $2,500, I'm going to take a look at the various prices as I go through. You'll also see the different star hotels, a 4-star compared to a 2.5-star. Now, this is $730. It's a little bit cheaper, but your quality of stay in the hotel is not going to be as nice as some of these other hotels. So you really have to wonder and see how much you're willing to budget for your hotel. This hotel is a 4-star hotel. It's located right around the waterways here, and you're spending roughly around $1,000, which would leave you $1,500 left for your trip. It's kind of up to you what you decide to choose, but you want to make sure that you're not getting too outrageous with your prices so that you're not spending too much. If I were to scroll down here and spend $1,500 in a hotel, which is a 5-star, which is great, but it's only going to leave me about $1,000 left to spend on the vacation. So here's where becoming a smart consumer really comes in. I use Chicago as an example as a baseline for everyone. So day one, I wasn't really sure where I wanted to go in Chicago. If I've never been there, I could literally just type into Google fun places to see in Chicago. And as I do this, I'll see some different websites pop up, and I even see the 15 best things to do in Chicago, 2018, which means it's current, and it has some photos. So I could literally go to the website here, and it's going to tell me things like Millennium Park, Art Institute, the Sky Deck, buying a city pass for the city, just some different things. So as I plan my itinerary, let's say I went to the Art Institute for the first day. It cost me $25 for a ticket. Here are 3 items I bought in the gift shop, and I wrote the cost down here. I then had to find places to eat. So I literally went right back into Google and said places to eat in Chicago. Once I did that, it then has a bunch of different lists that are on here. I clicked on the 10 best restaurants in Chicago. I then kind of scrolled down. I said, this one kind of looks interesting, even though Portillo's hot dogs does look really good right now. And as I click on the website, it's really nice because it shows you pictures of the food, where it's located, but it also has its menu. So when you go to the menu, you can actually look at what they have here, and then the prices on the side to eventually select what type of meal you would like to eat at this restaurant. So for my idea, I chose Steak 48 Restaurant, and I got a filet mignon for $51. Must have been a really good steak. The mac and cheese for $10, a loaded baked potato for $12, and creamed corn for $10. So as you can see, my first daily total was $207.98. I then, day 2, went to Navy Pier. If you've ever been there before, you notice there's a lot more for me to do on that day. Again, I put my costs on the side here, but I went on a Ferris wheel, I went on a lakefront cruise, I took a big bus tour, I went in a funhouse maze, I bought a Chicago t-shirt as a souvenir as well as a teddy bear, and I went to another restaurant to get my food at the bottom. My total cost for day 2 was $323.23, which was a little bit more than the total cost for day 1, but as you can see, I did more in day 2 than I did in day 1. So kind of planning your budgets for each day will kind of help you out as well. For day 3, I went to the Museum of Science and Industry, as well as Benny's Chop House. Here again is my daily total, a little bit less. If you noticed, I did not spend anything on souvenirs, just a ticket for the museum. Day 4, I kind of took a fun day. Again, we all know the White Sox are better than the Cubs, so obviously I'm going to go to a White Sox game. I found the ticket price for the Sox. I got a jersey, a mini bat. I went to Gibson's for dinner, ended up spending $229.80. I then gave my own self only $2,000 to work with. As an example, I knew I was getting close to my limit. So my last day, I was a little hesitant to spend my money. So I went to the Field Museum of Natural History, which cost $38 for a ticket. I did not buy any souvenirs because I did not want to go over my budget, and I wanted to make sure that I had enough money for dinner. I then went out to dinner and ended up spending only $86 on my last day, and my grand total for the trip was $1,830.95, which was under my $2,000 limit. I've given you a $500 bonus as a student to give you guys a little more leeway in what you guys decide to choose for your trip. And that's just your itinerary. That's kind of what you did each day in the project. Here is a blank copy for you to record yours in. And then eventually your presentation will inform your class basically on what you did on your vacation. So there's 4 things you must include. Give a brief explanation of your destination. Must include visuals of your trip. The style of presentations will be your own choice. Just get it approved by the teacher. And you must dress business casual. Do your best to kind of dress up as nice as you can. Have fun with this project. It's a lot of fun. You're going to learn about the city that you choose. And the nice thing is you're going to learn about a lot about other cities that other students have chosen as well. Have fun with this. Enjoy it. and you'll have a lot of fun doing it.